Hey. So I'm just looking at a few different things today. I'm doing a research about mentorship, and I mean this thing just came across my table. I was telling a few people I'm doing a course on mentorship, right? And this came across my table, my email, my messages, and it's kind of interesting. It's very interesting actually. So basically, the premise here, I'm gonna put a link to this at the bottom afterwards. But basically, the premise here is that men need women to become better, right? In terms of mentorship, men should have women mentorship. Men should have women mentors, right? So I'm gonna just post another. This is actually the Harvard. Hang on. So this is the Harvard Business Review, and yeah, lots of people want to talk to me. So this is the Harvard Business Review, and it says that men should not just mentor men, women should not just mentor women, but men should be mentored by women. And this is actually interesting. I'm going to let you read this a bit more later on. I'm going to put a link up to this as well, these two articles. So basically, it's kind of interesting idea. And I don't really want to summarize this because you can read it on your own. But I want to say that according to some of these surveys, right? And the survey is from this. Sorry, survey is from Egon Zentler. This is the survey, the review that professional ambitions rise throughout early careers for as women strive to reach C-suite. So I guess the main thing is why men need women mentors, right? If more than half or nearly half women are reporting that they do not have access to the senior leadership C-suite they want to be senior leaders and they want to be effective, they want to be all kinds of stuff, but apparently leadership in higher ranks is kind of mostly men. So they want to diversify leadership, and a lot of women now are saying that they want to become leaders, and they're trying to figure out the best way to do this in terms of the modern workplace. So is it true that we need to hear more from women, women who are mentoring men? Like is this something that is happening in the business world? So we read this other article regarding challenging our gendered idea of mentorship, and this is really recent, it's 2020, and so take a look at this as well. And love to hear your comments on this, obviously, but I just want to give a few ideas that I have after looking at this topic and thinking about this, and creating a course on this is quite interesting as well. And this is something I wasn't going to cover, but I think I'm going to throw this in as a bonus video, because the mentor mentee relationship I guess does not really have to coincide with or mirror or echo the traditional privilege structured like men, women, or women, men, women. I think there's some mix, some possibility for mixture here, and it might actually be really good if there's some cross mentoring. So cross mentoring is I think is also a very novel idea, I guess, for some people. And I know men have men issues, and they tend to they prefer to work with men, and the women have their issues that they prefer to work with women, and they understand each other a bit more. But I guess if we are to understand women as a man, if we are to understand women, and then if women are to understand men, and to be invited into and rise to the occasion to become a senior executive in the C-suite, maybe we need to look into that a bit more. And obviously, I don't have enough data. I only have these 2 articles to go by, but I think this is a very important topic, and I might want to explore this in the future, because mentoring is a very important it has a very important place in our personal development and professional growth, right? Especially in terms of career. So diversifications and diversity in mentoring and available mentors would cause more diversity in mentees as well, right? As we expand, perspectives and understanding and cooperation and just synergy. I think ultimately is about synergy, right? If we are to be intentional about this, I think this can happen. I'm not necessarily pushing for this, but I think this is a good idea, and I'd love to hear and read more about this. I think this is a topic that people are going to start talking about a lot more, and I would love to just get more insights about this. So aside from that, let me see. Aside from that, aside from that, I mean, what else can I say? And I think, okay, the other thing is, I think you don't just have one mentor, you have many mentors, right? I think I talked about this before in my other videos, but for the most part, like, why not have multiple mentors? You can have a male and a female, and we can choose which is better or which is more suitable for you, right? So I think we need a lot more deep thinking about this, and try to move away from the stereotypes, if there are any stereotypes. If the stereotype is male or female or male-female, then we should move away from certain stereotypes and not observe. Like, I think I want to look at this in a scientific way, where we observe what works, right? And then we form our opinions and hypotheses, and we evaluate based on what we see in terms of daily lives and what have you, and then we would augment our I guess stereotypes or our beliefs, our understanding of how mentorship works cross gender, right? And I'm talking about male and female, not just male female, right? So I think this is interesting. I'd love to explore this more. Deep thinking, definitely more working together, and I think like inviting the other gender into our space, I guess, would be interesting. So and a lot of times we say that women should not I mean, a lot of people think that women should not be like in the cigar room and stuff like that. But what about men being invited into the women's world, where they understand, have more empathy towards women, and yeah. So if we want to play this game, we have to play it both ways. We can't just have we can't just open the door one way. The door has to swing both ways, and it's not a revolving door. It's a door that hinges and it swings both ways. So let us see more female mentors mentoring men, and more men mentoring women, which I think has been done for a very long time. That's why we see a lot of successful women now, and they understand how the game is played, like the men's game, the men's boys club, right? So anyway, I want to stop here. I don't want to create too much controversy, but I think these articles here are shedding some light in our idea of mentorship, and love to open this up and talk about this more. And so if you have any comments or questions, and if you want to hear more, learn more about this, or you have some things to share with me, any feedback, any links that you have seen, let me know. Send it to me directly, and we'll start a conversation. All right, cheers.